I have scoured through 6,328 items, to be exact, to bring you some of what I think is actually, could be, maybe, potentially worth buying. I've spent a lot of time critiquing this sale this year. However, we are gonna have a little bit of fun today. Our categories today are designer energy, dupe price, if you're only buying one thing, ... the brands that rarely go on sale, better than basics, and number 5 is the underrated section. And then I've got a couple different beauty exclusives that I do want to talk about. I'm gonna try to keep this video as quick and snappy as I can. Everything I'm linking is on the YouTube shopping shelf, which is just below or to the side of this video. I've also put things in description for you. I really tried to stay in my lane. I did not cover kids. I really did not cover men's. You're gonna hear me talk about mainly women and some beauty. I have disqualified from this list every single thing that I have seen sponsored. Barefoot Dreams, Spanx, AG, All Saints, Nordstrom X, Nike, Mother, Wit and Wisdom, We the Free, NYDJ, Bernardo, Sanctuary, A6, Tory Burch, and Sync-Accept. Let's dive into the first category, designer energy dupe price. So I'm going to start right in on these open edit teardrop stud earrings. These are a clear dupe for the Bottega Veneta ones. You can also get in on the Bonnie Levy version if you do want to splurge a little bit here. I thought these were another dupe. These are 14 karat gold. The next one, Mimoy, I think. I actually haven't heard of this brand. I do love the quality I'm seeing here. I thought this was a nice dupe for the Emu or even the UGG version that we're seeing here on the sale. It comes in lavender, gray, pink, really, really pretty. Number 3, I want to spend a little bit of time here on Zella because there were a couple things that I had as a caveat in my last video that I wanted you to look at. The first is this ultra soft, boxy knit crew sweatshirt. Now, I was in Nordstrom a couple weeks ago and I actually saw this fabric. It does feel like an exact dupe for the Varley. In fact, in store, this collection is sitting right next to Varley's, so I made a whole short about this and you can see it. But this is an even better price than what I saw in store that day. I really like the back pleat. So we have the sweatshirt, we have this really nice straight leg pant, and then we also have the shorts. You can get the whole collection. There's a couple other Zella pieces I want to show you real quick. The first is this travel light shirt jacket. This is duping the Nike version. Again, I was just in store last week. I actually looked at the Nike version and I like a jacket like this because when you're traveling, it's like that early morning or late night layer that works really, really well. I have a version of this from Zara from a couple years ago. $45 is a great price. I think the Nike one is like over $100. So I loved that. And then I wanted to bring you next over into the Zella Studio Luxe Ruche legging. These are a Lululemon dupe. Okay, Lululemon came out with these a while ago. I can't stand by the quality of either the Lululemon or the Zella. I will say though, these are on my wish list. I probably will pick these up just to try them out because I appreciate a different sort of sexy ruching on my athletic wear. There's just something about the ruching that makes me feel very feminine. It feels a little more high end. I do think $49.99 is a great price. I've talked about Zella and the quality. So as long as you know what you're getting here, keep your expectations fairly low. It is a nice dupe for those Lululemon ones that came out a couple years ago and did sell out. The next one is the Kurt Geiger Shoreditch Metallic Leather Belt, $44.99. I love it because I do think that this brand is doing the best job that they possibly can, helping a woman stand out, feel good, feel sexy. The metals they use are beautiful. The colors they use are beautiful. We do see Kurt Geiger at Nordstrom Rack a lot. So I'm always telling you on those videos to keep your eyes open. I think $44 though is an incredible deal for this. And again, I think it sort of dupes the Valentina or the Prada, and you will get a lot of compliments, especially going into fall and the whole, holiday season. Let's talk about this BCBG Terra Bit Mule. The one thing I really like about this versus some of the others is the more pointed toe. Do you see how nice that is? I think it's very feminine. This does feel very Hermes or Gucci, of course. And again, I think this is a great, classic, beautiful way to step into fall, $54.99. So if you browse, say mid-fall, even midwinter, Nordstrom site, you will see a slew of very, very, very expensive shearling vests. Last year, I was laying in bed one night with Brian, just laughing at how many vests there were for the price point. I mean, we're talking up to like $5,000 for the shearling vests that come out. I think a shearling vest is a really beautiful piece to grab at this time of year, as long as it fits well. And the Bernardo one is one of the only ones I'm seeing. There's a slight chance that the zipper might be kind of lame, but you can watch the whole video that Nordstrom has on here. Take your pick on color. This $69.99 price tag definitely dupes the $5,000 version ones, but I often find that a good shearling vest in the morning with my coffee and a good book or meditation in the summer and in the fall is such a good way to start the day. That's why I'm pausing here, because I really do think this is one of the best times of year to get a piece like this. It is medium weight, which is nice. It's not heavy. So we're not looking for a heavy vest. We are looking for just a nice, medium, easy vest to throw on for the mornings and the evenings in the summer and fall. I've talked about this brand before, En Saison. We have seen this brand at TJ Maxx. So much of this brand is flirty and whimsical. It felt very much to me like a Zimmermann dupe. I don't know that this is a very fall looking dress, but I will say to keep your eye on this brand. This one's $89.99. And again, really, really good dupe for some of those designer higher end brands like Eclair or Zimmermann. Ooh, I'm so excited about this one. Now I have a pair of boots just like this in this color. I get constant compliments on. I've had it for years. So I needed to pause here. Steve Madden, $129 for the Riggs knee-high boot. This is actually duping the Fry ones, which are $239. This one would be a clear winner. You can check out the reviews for sizing. You know what's even better though? The short one by Blondo. I find that the wider shafts on these booties seem to go with more outfits. The price tag is awesome. $129.99. You're not going to find a better price on something like this at this time of year. This is a rare color, so I really liked this one. So the last for this category is the BCBG embroidered trim scarf coat. This is obviously duping the Totem version, which has that same essence, the same trim. I think that this is an okay price tag. It's still pretty pricey, but it is a very classic, beautiful, high-end looking coat. And I think it's worth checking out if you are a Totem fan. My next category is if you're only going to buy one thing. This is your splurge. I've got a couple super fall-ish pieces in here too. Let's get started. I know that I railed on Avec La Fille in my last video. I actually still stand by the fact that Avec La Fille shows up at Nordstrom Rack all the time. The quality is okay. I wanted to show you just a couple fall pieces though that I think are pretty special. The first is the plaid floral embroidered blazer, $139. It has a little bit more of that hourglass silhouette, which I talk about a lot. It's got a really good shoulder, and it's just all fall. Okay, so the problem I have with this blazer in general is you're not going to be wearing this blazer all year long, so this is not a staple piece, but I do think it's very fun. We probably will see this show up in Anthropologie later this year. The second one is this hourglass blazer coat. This was feeling a bit like something Free People has done in prior years for double this price. You've got this gorgeous blue stone, which would look amazing with blue jeans, or you've got the burgundy color, which I think is going to look really great all fall because this is a fall color, which reminds me, I do have a blazer coming, you guys, a brand new blazer, and it's giving this color. It's not going to look like this, but it's going to be this color. And so if you don't want to spend money on this blazer, hold out for mine, because I promise you the price is going to be right and it's just the perfect blazer for every season. So all to say, I'm very excited about this color. If you're going to just buy one or two things, French Connection really stunned me actually. The first is the Baby Soft Rib button front long sleeve sweater dress, $89. $99. I think this could be a true winner. I'm thinking Thanksgiving dinner on this dress. I have a few pieces from Reiss. Reiss really blew my mind on this sale. I have 3 different pieces I want to show you. Most likely, these pants will be in my cart and purchased. This is really a gorgeous, different, unique, like special splurge, one-of-a-kind piece that I think could be really fun. Kind of expensive, but they also could be really worth it, especially if you're just wearing like a t-shirt with it. Next up though is the Reiss Lorna Rib off-the-shoulder sweater. This is super sexy, super classy. I'm a little shocked that they only have the blue. I wish they had a few different colors. And then the other Reiss piece that goes really well with this as a splurge, if you're only buying 1 or 2 things, would be this Lucia coat, $379. Now there's a lot of maxi coats and trench coats on the sale. This is going to be one of those pieces we're going to see a ton of options coming in the fall. You know, take it or leave it here. If you want like the whole special look, if I were dressing you for a beautiful fall look in your closet, I would get the pants, the sweater, and the coat. She's wearing the whole thing beautifully here. The next one-of-a-kind splurge I really liked is the houndstooth layered wool blend coat. This is Sam Edelman. $129. The layering is what got me here. I thought this was different. You know, when I'm looking for these one-of-a-kind pieces, we're not looking at basics so much as I'm looking at the special things that I think will sell out. This is a really neat look. It's very favorite daughter. The price point's pretty good. Look at the piping, the buttons, the length. I think this is going to be a fan favorite if I had a prediction. Also, I just noticed this little anniversary big deals tag. So the $129 is a really good price. This is a coat that is going to 100% read fall and be really special, I think, in your closet. The next piece is the Bernardo long line belted raincoat. I spent a long time here. I watched the video. You can see the Nordstrom associate in the piece. The only thing I would have asked to make this even better would be for the sleeves to be removable. Like under these flaps, I wish the sleeves unzipped so we could actually have like a very hybrid wear everywhere, all seasons sort of piece. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. So we have the olive green, which is beautiful, and the slate. I do think this is going to fit us all like $1 million. We are going to feel like we're on the runway with this piece. The next one is the Monica Vinader. I'm probably mispronouncing her name. This is beautiful and special. Buy it for yourself, buy it for a sister. If you're watching and you want to buy it as a gift for your woman, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I am a sucker for a good heart necklace, but this one steps up to the next level. I'm going to show you some other jewelry here, but this was an absolute favorite of mine. All right, let's move on to the Nordstrom Wool Blend Zip Hoodie Cardigan. Okay, this has wool cashmere in it. It is a dry clean only piece. So this is a really, really good piece. When I think of a basic, this is the kind of basic I like for us on the sale. $200 versus $400, so we're getting 50% off. Do I think something like this is going to show up at Nordstrom Rack? Probably not. We probably will see this go on sale later in the season. I don't know if it'll drop much more than this if it doesn't already sell out. Okay, so it is a classic. It's already got 21 reviews, so we know it's been sold in other years or prior sales. I just think it's beautiful. This one might end up in my cart as well because I do think it can be worn sort of everywhere. Compared to that one, if you want to step it up even more, one of my favorite brands is Lafayette 148 New York. So expensive. It really is a pricey brand. They want $1,400 for this zip front cardigan. I will tell you, the quality is there for me with Lafayette 148. The price, I don't love it, but if you were just like, Melissa, I have a multi-$1,000 budget for this sale, I would say put this one in your cart and try it. I think this one will go with you everywhere this fall and winter. There are several Lafayette 148 pieces. This is probably the one I would splurge on though. And then again, if you were to say, Melissa, I want a gorgeous piece of jewelry, what would you recommend? The Almar bangle from Bonnie Levy. I probably would tell you to get this one. You know why? First of all, emerald is such a special stone. Emerald is known to bring you more wealth. This bangle is so beautiful, so feminine. I think you'll get a million compliments every time you look at it. It's almost a reflection of your own beauty when you're wearing it. The pink sapphire is also incredible. A lot of the Bonnie Levy jewelry is gorgeous. I do think that a lot of it is also sold on Nordstrom Rack, but the price is right. I mean, look at that. It's almost 30 to 40% less for this jewelry. Gorgeous. The other Boni Levy piece, if you are buying one thing, you're splurging, would be these Huggy Hoop earrings. I think these are also absolutely stunning. 18 karat white gold, or you can get the yellow gold. They're 1.3 carat diamonds. This is no lab grown diamond either. This is the real thing. So if you have the money, that would be on my wish list. So the next category is the brands that rarely go on sale. Starting in on the Salt and Stone Deodorant Duo. This is $28, it's a $40 value. Salt and Stone goes on sale, but it doesn't always go on this good of sale. So I would say between the Deodorant Duo and then the body wash, you guys. I tried this out last Christmas. It came in my Anthropologie advent calendar and it is unbelievable. Now I try to dupe this at HomeGoods and TJ Maxx with Sand and Fog, but I will say if you can get the real thing, it is expensive. But I will say this is an unbelievable brand. Varley's come such a long way. I won't go too long into it, but I will say they have a lot of pieces on the sale this year. So this is going to be one of those pieces that I actually grab. It's going to go well with the always super high waist leggings, also in dusky green. There's a lot of pieces here that we're getting a pretty good deal on. If you just look at Nordstrom's sale right now, for example, that's the best you're going to get unless you're having a very lucky day at Nordstrom Rack and you're digging through the unmarked rack in the athletic department. I did last year run into many Varley pieces. That's not always going to happen. So this is probably your best chance for getting the best deal on this brand. Next up is Sunday Riley. Now, many of you have asked, Melissa, what do you use on your face? I will make a full video if you want me to, but Sunday Riley is my main core bread and butter. This is the place I spend the money on my skincare. Everything on the sale Sunday Riley is worth grabbing. I am telling you, Sunday Riley is a winner across the board between the vitamin C, the good genes, the retinol. I use it all and it works. Like I swear by it. I'm a 5-star review fan of this brand. So I would say Sunday Riley, do not miss it. This hardly goes on sale and it's definitely a winner. The other winner, the other thing that I'm probably gonna find myself buying is the Fry Billy Western Booty. Fry rarely goes on sale too. I mean, we could price compare this. It also comes in brown. You are going to wear these all season. I think you will just get every cent in the quality that you pay for here. Okay, so let's move over to better than basics. I tried to round up some really great things. You know this isn't a huge sale for me for basics, but I do like these. The first is the Plus Nordstrom Moonlight Eco Easy Rib Short Pajamas. I thought this was a really great deal, $29.99. I've had a few of you asking for more plus size brand items. I think this one is a true winner and you'll really get your money's worth here. The next is the BP Relaxed Everyday Cardigan. This piece, this style is trending. The Madewell version is nice as well. I will link it. It's 100% cotton, by the way. This is a nice alternative to that, and I do think something that we will all be wearing. The tortoise buttons get me, okay? $42.99. This is an amazing price point. Another great piece is the Nordstrom Ponte t-shirt. This is another one I think that will probably sell out. I wish they came in a white version of this. I don't know why they didn't, but I think this is a really nice alternative to just your basic t-shirt. It's gonna have a little bit more thickness. It's only $45.99. We also have the Dolce Vita Mule for $79.99. This is a better than basic. Like the Mule is coming for the fall. We all know this. This is a fall staple. I liked the double buckle here though. I thought this was different. You're going to get a million compliments on this. There are several colors too, so don't miss out on that. Just choose your favorite one and go for it. I think this is going to be great for the price point of $79.99. If you're a mule lover, I would say definitely try these. Also to try the Soft Fiana sneaker. Just look at the detail. I paused here. I was like, wow. I love that there is sort of like this croc leather, the patent leather back. You have this really cool gold detail. I think again, these shoes stand out. You could wear them with everything. And and they're the brand Soft, which it'll be really good. The other one I really liked was the Shirling Scuff slipper here. This is a pretty good price point, $86.99. This is an expensive brand. Again, this is a good fall slipper if you like the color, if you enjoy this brand. I think this is an easy one that we can really wear everywhere, especially with this sole. And for my next shoe, let's take a moment here with the Cloud Nova 2 sneaker. I told you in my last video, I love On Cloud. I want to say a couple things here. First of all, my favorite On Cloud sneaker is this one. This is the best one for me. I find out of all of them that I've tried, this one has actually the most support. This is a great price, $89.99. This is what you're going to pay at Nordstrom Rack. What I do want to say here though, is that we are not seeing a very good fall preview. So if you go to Anthropologie, they're already coming out with the fall colors, which is what I'm looking for. I would rather pay a little bit more to get that beautiful white and burgundy shoe than I would this random sage color. I'm not super thrilled with the color options on this sale. This is not a fall preview. However, I am a fan of the price. So just wanted to say those two things. The next shoe I wanted to show you was the Sorel Out and About. Classic waterproof duck boot. This one is gorgeous. This is a rain boot, a winter boot, an all-weather boot. I know once fall comes, we're all going to be looking for our next season's sort of all-terrain boot. I liked this one. I love how it looks. I think this one's really unique. $99. What a great price. I will also say the Bernardo short croc embossed leather jacket. This is just like the leather jacket, but better when it comes to your basics or your classics. I'm not showing you any leather moto jackets. We've already talked about the leather moto. However, I'm a sucker for croc embossed. I always have been, and I thought this one was unique. It brings back a little bit of that 80s fun trend that we're seeing this fall. $249.99. This is real leather. So if it piques your interest, it's worth zooming into. I did pause at this cashmere lounge set. So many of you are going to be lounging or traveling or doing some vacations come later this summer or the fall. You're going to want to bring this. This felt for me like it was going to be the set that just keeps giving and giving and giving, which would justify the price point of $264.99. So high of a price point, but this guy's going to sell out, and she's probably not ever going to show up at Nordstrom Rack unless, of course, we're having a very lucky day. So I loved this. I thought this was just a basic but better, especially if it's in your budget. I do pause, like I said, at all the trench coats. There are a lot of trench coats, as I mentioned. I will say though, we are going to be seeing a lot of others, and we're going to see a lot of them even better priced than $159.99. So take your pick. You know, a brand that does trench coats really, really well is Topshop. They're not on the sale. However, I own a couple Topshop trench coats myself, and I absolutely love them. So again, there's going to be a lot of options, but if you absolutely fall in love with the trench coat here on the sale, you probably are not making the wrong purchase decision, because a trench all fall and winter is just the way to go. Let's go into the underrated pieces. Okay, the first is, I do want to draw attention to Mia. Now, Mia has some shoes on the anniversary sale. Some people are going to love, some won't. I thought these were really great. I sort of hope this tapestry sort of look is going to trend this fall, because like it or not, it will sell out. It's very high-end feeling, and these are only $44.99. You can check out a few other of Mia's pieces as well. There's a lot of really cool shoes. Next up is the Open Edit Pebble Faux leather jacket. I thought this was pretty underrated as well. $78.99. What an incredible deal. Beautiful color. The Pebble Faux leather looks real, probably feels real, and I think this is just the nicest, most beautiful cut that we don't see a lot of. This is a little bit of a unique version of it. Also, I'm breaking the rules a little bit because Commando is on the sponsor list, so I'm sorry I'm breaking the rule. I just wanted to bring this up real quick. It doesn't have to be Commando. I'm pretty critical about leather leggings in general. However, I do think there's space this fall. okay, to wear a white leather legging with great heels and a white trench coat. Okay, I know that's crazy, but if I'm dressing you, that's a look that I would not be mad about. I think it looks very expensive, very surprising. No one else in the room is wearing that look. So that's why I'm bringing him up. $78 is the best price on Commando you'll see all season. It's gonna be a hit or miss with this one. Also, I am a real lover of an open sandaled peep toe. I love these. Unfortunately, the heel is too high for me. But if it's not too high for you, I would definitely check these out. You will find with a sandal like this, you're going to be able to wear it with everything. Like, it just feels very sexy and it looks really good with everything, from a good pair of jeans to trousers to dresses. $89.99 is a great price for Vince Camuto, and I would say get the coconut cream and maybe the last pair of leggings, and we just have to find you a trench coat and we're done. The other piece that very few people talk about, but everybody seems to buy because they're always sold out, are blazer dresses. I love this one. French Connection killed it here. And I'll leave it to you if you want to dig deeper. You can watch the sales associate because she's actually wearing it. This comes in short, so I think it's gonna work for a lot of different body types. I actually really, really love this. A blazer dress is something you can wear everywhere or to anything. I think that's why they sell out so often. And it just brings the masculine and the feminine together in such the best way. So this one's also on my list. I also wanted to show you something I do think will sell out. This is the Bernardo Chevron knit jacket. This one is beautiful. It looks super expensive, only $109. Great price. It's heavy. It almost looks like it could be a sweater and a jacket, a cardigan and a coat. Like, it's got that whole versatile look. And I think this is a really, really pretty one. The chevron never gets old. Now, I think when it comes to beauty, each to their own, there are 5 different things that I am eyeing that I think from a deal perspective are exclusives and are a great price. The first is the Sunday Riley. Definitely don't sleep on that one. The second is the Hourglass. This is an amazing deal that I would highly recommend. The third is YSL. I think this is also a great deal. The next one is a deal that comes onto the sale every single year. This year it's buy 2 for this price point. I think this one is really good as well. This is a cult favorite brand. And the last is this Trish McEvoy makeup planner. Look at this. This is a great deal. Phenomenal gift idea. If you love this brand, this is another really fun one. So with all of that being said, I hope I've given you some fun options, some cool categories to look into, to dive in. Again, this is all for fun. You are not missing out if you do not buy one of these things. But if you do, there's a couple fun things, hopefully, that might have piqued your interest that we talked about. I would love to know what you're thinking, what you're purchasing or not purchasing, staying away from. You can comment below. As I mentioned, I've linked to everything. And with that being said, I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Mwah.